Hello, welcome back everyone. This is something that I didn't think I'd actually buy, but the price was right. This is Legacy Metalhawk. Based on the original Pretender from 1988. Just give you a bit of a backstory. So, Master Force, which anyone who's sort of known my page or my channel knows that I prattle on endlessly about how great Master Force is. Metalhawk was a Pretender, obviously not the case here. He was an exclusive mail away, so you couldn't buy him in shops basically. And as you can suggest by the colouring, he had gold plastic. And I'm sure if you're a fan, a proper fan, that you've heard of gold plastic syndrome, which basically over time it just disintegrates, and it's kind of like Black Zarak. He has painted gold plastic as well, and trying to find a complete intact one is like trying to find Elvis's nose hairs, I guess. But suffice to say, early on in Master Force, the Pretenders were really pushed as the main guys, but as soon as the Godmasters, or as we call them in the West, Power Masters, as soon as they started creeping in, the Pretenders really started taking a back step, even to the point where the Decepticon Pretenders were used as comic relief, suffering the same fate as the Dinobots. Anyway, with that aside, this figure, clearly a remold and a retool of Kingdom Cyclonus, with a few modifications, obviously. So there's his sword, and just while I'm at it, these can detach, and they can be used as handguns, much like the original. The Pretenders were a really odd concept. They had to sacrifice a lot of transformation and space just to fold arms and move legs back so they could fit in the shell. And it was a car or a ship or whatever, because we called it a ship, whatever. So yeah, those are their hand weapons. Very similar to Cyclonus, the Kingdom Cyclonus. If I remember how to do this, because it's been a week. I only got this last week, which is good. When I opened it, I thought, damn, it hasn't got the sword. But apparently I was sitting on it. It was under my leg. Right, digress. So yeah, much like the Cyclonus here, the figure. The only difference being that obviously the nose cone there doesn't extend like Cyclonus does. That makes it easier. Makes it easier for me to do a short YouTube short, which is weird because I often look at my figures and think, can I transform that in under a minute? There has one that has beaten me. It was Generation Scourge, but anyway. So yeah, these bits will just click into place, and unlike the other Cyclonus, you can see right there a space for that, which clips neatly into place. He says, yep. And the legs, oh yeah, just show you the back as well. So yeah, like I said, the Pretenders took a back seat during Master Force when the Godmasters came in, and even Black Zarak and Devil Zed and Overlord. Like I said, anyone who's followed this channel knows that I've got a real soft spot for King Poseidon, or Piranacon. This is the only difficult bit on this figure, is trying to get the legs in. Not clicking into place initially. Yes. Now the only thing about this, it doesn't have wheels, so you can't just display it upwards. What have I done here? There we go. But yeah, this figure is bigger than I actually thought. I thought it'd just be a standard, you know, mini, not mini one, but a smaller one. He does appear in US comics from IDW, but I can't remember the series off the top of my head. But I think it's where Starscream finally becomes leader. And there's an old Oscar Wilde saying, "When the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers." And you can guess that Starscream finally got his wish, but he regretted it. I think it's with the Windblade character. Again, another fan-made figure, I believe. So yeah, that is pretty much that. And you can slot his gun. I'm not quite sure what those bits are for, but... Oh yeah, oh okay, yeah. That makes sense. Initially I thought it was just to put that there. I guess you could do that as well. There were other pretenders in Master Force of the Autobots. Let me try and remember their names. There was Lander, who was Phoenix and Diver. I think they were Wave Rider, Landmine, and Cloudburst. That's pretty impressive. I actually remember those names. And then there was Blood, which was Bombburst, Submarauder, which was Gilmer, and Delros, which was... Now I've forgotten the name. Skullgrin. Wow, I've actually remembered the names. I am looking at the figures though, but that doesn't mean anything. I can't remember the names. Wow, I actually impressed myself there. So yeah, this is pretty decent. It's a pretty big figure. Obviously no wheels to come out, so you can't really display it properly like that, but that's the least of the problem. But there are no problems. It's pretty solid. It's just the weird mix of grey and blue. Like I said, the original Metalhawk was an exclusive mail away. Couldn't buy it in shops, which probably means I'll never find it. I'm a serial completist. I've got, as of today, which is March 11th, 2025, I have close to 300 original Transformers. And at least two of them, or two or three are European or Japanese exclusives. I've got Godbummer and I've got Gripper, which was a Motivator, which was a European exclusive from the early 90s, when Transformers interest on the market started to wane, unfortunately. Far as I know, I've got all of the 1984, 1985, 86, 87 toy line, which is impressive. Just completed all of the Target Masters with Scourge, Cyclonus, and Blur, which I'm damn happy about, because I said on another video that bugged me that I didn't have them. Oh, so yeah, very similar to Cyclonus. Pop. All neat and tidy, and yeah, just keep that open for a minute because that slots into place. Just holds everything in. I just noticed one of his guns fallen off. Yeah, fold the wings back. Obviously his arms don't extend to transform, so that's pretty much it. Oh, his arms come off again. Yeah, you can see where they actually slot into place, which is good. And hopefully, after 3 months, I might have Legacy Minotaur arriving. I've tried 3 times to get it. Might have struck lucky yesterday. I had to end up bidding on it, and I was the only bidder up until 20 seconds before the bid ended. Someone else got me to it, but I got it on the way. So hopefully, if that arrives for the third time, that'll be on there, and be bloody happy when that arrives. I won't believe it until I've actually got it in front of me. So yes, so I've digressed a little bit. So yeah, you can do pretty much good poses. with the commercial bumpers, which I've put on here as well, where they, obviously commercial bumpers, where they entice the audience back, like Master Force, whatever. He seemed to be the leader of the Pretender group anyway. The whole story about Pretenders doesn't really make sense. I mean, in Japan, I think it does. So originally, the Pretenders on the Japanese side of things, continuity, they were here at the same time the Autobots crashed, landed on Earth 4 million years ago. So they were on Earth the whole time, and they were living among us, basically. They adapted their bodies, basically pretending to be Earth creatures. Got to say, it makes more sense if you're a Decepticon, because they want to be big scary monsters. But obviously, the original Metalhawk had a human shell, but you can't pass for a 40-foot human. I think even in one of the comics, that one of the Decepticons actually mistook a Pretender for a 40-foot human. But, you know, you got to make something out of it, I guess. I think I've covered everything in this, actually. Yeah, so Master Force, like I said, I prattle on endlessly about how great it is. Check it out if you haven't. It's the second Japanese Takara Transformers series based. When it gets to Victory, it's almost exclusively Japanese. Master Force concentrates on the Power Masters, which are called God Masters, and the Pretenders, and Headmaster Juniors. Basically, just Headmasters, what we call them. Different names. Obviously, the whole thing about Jinrai is Zoe's Power Master Optimus Prime. There's a whole technicality about that. They just happen to have a face that resembles Optimus Prime. Anyway, so that is a pretty decent looking figure. Like I said, not much left to say about that. Very solid. I mean, all the Legacy figures are, which is good. And like I said, I can't wait to finally get my hands on Legacy Menasor, which should hopefully arrive tomorrow or Thursday. So with that, I shall leave you with this image, and if I haven't bored you completely, there are more videos, and like and subscribe, and thank you. I'll see you later.